Hilfiger, nigga. This is the Star Report. Friday morning, early afternoon, okay? Welcome aboard. I'm your host, Troy Terrain, PKA Star, all right? I just got back in the house, and, I talk to myself. Most people know that, and many of you do as well. And rather than walk around here and work myself up about some things that happened this morning, I said, let me just push the goddamn button and go live. Now, nothing really got me bent out of shape, but I went to a new Publix supermarket. Give me a second. I want to talk to you about it, because the other one that I go to on a consistent basis, I'm going to give Mammy her space. I'm going to give her space. I think she put some type of whammy on me, and that's how I wound up getting the fucking flu in the first place. Anyway, hello there, troll babies. Good morning, good afternoon. How you guys doing? Sipping coffee, that's it. And I got a little Minute Maid lemonade. Get to that shortly. My show title, let me remind myself of what the show title is. Tory Lanez felony assault trial theory. I just have a theory. The jury is coming back today. Los Angeles Times, so they're hours behind us. They may have started already. I don't know. Dana with the data said she's going to text me or call me if they come back with a verdict. The jury of 7 females and 5 males. And this is Tory Lanez felony assault trial. Most of the blogs and the media sites that you see have got Megan Thee Stallion in the titles first. For instance, People Magazine, Megan Thee Stallion's boyfriend, yada, yada, yada. BuzzFeed News, Megan Thee Stallion hasn't gotten justice in the court, and so on and so on and so on. Vulture, Megan Thee Stallion's boyfriend supports women. This is a case of Tory Lanez, who's on trial for felony assault. Now, I've got a theory, but let me just say this. Again, I have not been paying attention as much as many of the other social engineers who are doing a great job. Salute to Millie from Mob Radio, DJ Academics. They've been getting some really strong numbers. They go live together. And Armand Wiggins, Storm Monroe, Lovely T put her foot down the other day. Tasha K, and a host of others. Impressive. The list goes on and on and on. You guys are doing great work, and I just have a theory. My theory more so is based upon gun laws in the state of California. Gun laws. But look, before I get to that, let me just say, my position has changed. My position has changed over the last week. In reality, I think we may see an innocent man get convicted. We may see an innocent man get convicted. I'm not so sure he pulled that trigger. Kelsey did say in a text message, and please correct me if I say something wrong, she saw Tory shoot Megan. Now, I'm not sure the timeline exactly when she said that, but she has recanted that statement. Many of you have called in and you've been paying close attention to this, and we now see or think or know that there was a fight between Kelsey and Megan. Did Megan beat up Kelsey, and thus the reason why Kelsey started, boom, 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 boom? I'm not sure on all of that, but I don't like the fact that Megan did lie. She's been lying. You guys have been right. She's been lying. She lied with Gayle King and on other platforms. Was she trying to save face? They were all drinking. I don't know if they were on drugs. I don't know. However, I do know that Megan's legal team is exploring the options of suing bloggers. That just means they're trying to turn the tide. But anyway, I just have a theory that we may see an innocent man get convicted because in the state of California, according to Wikipedia, the gun laws of California are some of the most restrictive in the United States of America. Handguns sold by dealers must be California legal by being listed on the state's roster of handguns certified for sale. The California Supreme Court has maintained that most of California's restrictive gun laws are constitutional because the state's constitution does not explicitly guarantee private citizens the right to purchase, possess, or carry firearms. Also, hang on a second, California is a may-issue state for permits to carry concealed guns. They don't play with firearms. Certainly not firearms being discharged in public. Somebody has to answer to that charge. Now, you guys know the charges better than I do. I'm just broad stroking. I just have a theory. Tory might get sat down for 24 months. 24 months. He did not testify. It's his trial. He didn't testify. And then I saw something, correct me if I'm wrong, where they were going to use some of his lyrics in the diss songs against him. They were going to allow the lyrics in the goddamn trial. So my theory, long story short, is that he will be convicted. I don't wish jail upon him. Based upon the fact that somebody has to answer to that firearm in the state of California. But how long will he have to serve? Will he get probation? I doubt it. This is a felony assault trial. Felony assault trial. Now, the court of public opinion holds no weight in the state of California. I've seen the biggest and the baddest get convicted. We saw Paris Hilton get sent to jail. Anybody remember Paris Hilton crying? They don't give a fuck in California. And Chelsea, she got immunity? That's my theory. That's just part of it. I have more, but I just want to say that early before we go left, right, left, right, left, right, left. Guys, sit tight on the phone because I sip coffee in the mornings, as you know, and I like to talk to myself. I want to tell you about Publix Supermarket. Give me a second. Also, my showrunner, Orlando Brown, threatened to burn down the house he was staying at somewhere in Ohio. Why didn't I put Orlando Brown threatens to burn down? Okay, it just says Orlando threatens to burn down home. Oh, you know it's Orlando Brown. In my community section is a video of him. And hold on a second. Hold on. Okay, thank you for the correction. Kelsey. Okay, Kelsey. Thank you. Okay. I don't want to laugh, but he is entertaining as fuck, Orlando Brown. But the video is disturbing, and once again, the cliche of, your mental health is real. I would like to go a little deeper. Deeper. I don't like to do conspiracies, but, you know, someone may have intentionally put something in a drink of his once upon a time, and it pushed him over the edge. Out in Hollywood, or Hollyweird as it's been called for decades, people do a lot of shit, man. I mean, look at Bill Cosby. You know, I remember Spanish Fly used to be sold. Spanish Fly, the little drink, and they used to say, oh, it makes girls want to have sex. I mean, that shit was legal in this country for years to be sold. So putting something in someone's drink in Hollyweird to loosen them up may have happened to him. I'm just, you know, guessing. I have no knowledge, no proof. But clearly he's got some type of issues. I don't know if he does drugs or not, but if he does, the combination of his mental state, if I'm saying this right, and whatever he dabbles in, whether he smokes weed, whether he smokes, what do you call that stuff? I forget. Is it K2 or synthetic weed? He starts going, yum, 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 yum. Again, entertaining as fuck, but in the video in my community section, he literally is saying, oh, where's the paint thinner? He gets the paint thinner. He's got a cigarette in his mouth. Is it a plastic bag? And then he says, and you put it right by the water heater. He's out there. He's out there. Now, he has said some stuff over the last couple of years. And when he says things with the straight face, I have to admit, it's funny as fuck. He said, Bow Wow got some bomb-ass pussy. Yes? Did he say that? Did he say that? He said, Bow Wow got some bomb-ass pussy. And then he said something about Diddy and a host of others. He's out there, okay? So that's my showrunner. Also, my showrunner, hold on a second. Okay. Okay. I need you to call in on this one because Wiz Khalifa just did an interview with the homie, a good guy who I had the pleasure of working with back in the days. DJ Superstar J, salute to him. He did an interview with Wiz Khalifa. I'm not sure where this was, but Wiz Khalifa says he wants to battle Lil Wayne in a versus matchup. Not to hate on Wiz Khalifa, but I don't think he's in Lil Wayne's league. Am I wrong? Troll babies. I don't think Wiz Khalifa is in Lil Wayne's league. So I pulled up his discography, just to go over some things, and his tours. Wiz Khalifa. Good guy, met him once. He came on the Star and Buck Wild show, I think it was 2010. He was ready for the conversation. It was early in the morning. This was in Philly when I was at 100.3 The Beat. Good guy. And that was during the time that some fake news came out about Ghostface Killer talking reckless about Wiz Khalifa. But it was fake news. But anyway, so that's what we discussed. Wiz Khalifa, show improved 2006. In 2009, he put out Deal or No Deal. In 2011, Rolling Papers. 2011 also, Mac and Devin go to high school with Snoop Dogg. 2012, ONIFC. 2014, Black Hollywood. 2018, Rolling Papers 2. 2022, Multiverse. Countless tours going back to 2010. Wake and Bacon Tour, Rolling Papers World Tour, Under the Influence Tour 2013, Dazed and Blazed Tour 2018. So he stays on the road, he gets the bag, and again, he's got what I consider to be a really nice aura personality. But is he in Lil Wayne's league? I don't think so, unless I've missed something. And I could have missed something. I don't know his catalog like that. He's from out of Pittsburgh. I know he does tracks with, did a track with Taylor Swift, so he gets that crossover money. But I don't think he's in Lil Wayne's league to do a versus. I see Lil Wayne up there. Truthfully, I see Lil Wayne in like Jay-Z's league. Am I wrong? Catalog-wise, huh? Lil Tucci. Call me so I can make it juicy for you. Lick it like a lollipop. That just went diamond. I gotta put it in a coal and get that fucking plaque, huh? Okay. A couple of people say you're right. Yeah, that's what I see Lil Tucci going up against Jigga Man. Just catalog alone. Oh my goodness. All right. Sit tight on the phones. I see you guys. The last thing I want to say here, I got off to a good start this morning, but somebody pissed me the fuck off. I had to block a female. Called me with some New York bullshit. Now, let me just say this early. My phone doesn't ring a lot. I don't get a lot of text messages all day, every day. I've learned over the years how to regulate not just my phone, but my time. If you have my number, It's a privilege for you to have my number, not your fucking right. So most people know not to call me with bullshit. Definitely do not text me images, links, and nonsense. So a female who I've known for over 15 years, I'm not going to say her name, but at the same time, I don't give a fuck if she's watching right now. She texts me, says, hey, you got time to talk? It's kind of important. Kind of important, right? It's like 8:30 in the morning. I holler right back, as I do, within less than 10 minutes. I say, sure, give me a call. I'm out the door, I'm, heading to Publix. She starts talking about, hey, I know, or I've been hearing you might be coming back to New York. So-and-so wanted to see if, he could get some time, some FaceTime, if you guys could break bread. He's starting a label, yada, yada, yada. Let me just say, I don't like when a bitch tries to contact me on behalf of a nigga. I have no respect for the nigga or the guy. Don't send your bitch. If you can't holler at me, bitch, nigga, don't send the bitch. And it's like that whole New York bullshit, just like it just flashed. I'm not even sure if I'm going back to New York. I don't need to go back to New York. And it kind of rubbed me the wrong way. And I looked at that phone, I swear to you, and I said to myself, this chick never even took me out for fucking lunch, never even bought me a cup of coffee. So I said, hey, I just cut her short. Hey, let me call you right back. She said, okay. Blocked her. So that kind of set me in a weird place. I'll get to Publix shortly. Just let me just finish up, because it's like that New York bullshit is already starting. I'm going back up to New York for business, and what I'm not going to be dealing with, if I do anything in New York, is bum-ass niggas and bum-ass bitches reaching out about some bullshit with regards to music, rappers. I don't fuck with rappers, producers. I have no friends in the industry. Zero. Anybody from the music industry claims they're my friend, that's a lie. They're all associates. I have no friends in the Bronx. One friend in Queens, he's a retired cop. 2 friends in Brooklyn who have nothing to do with the music industry. And that's it. Everybody else is a fucking associate. I'm not going to play that game already with you New York people. And it just made me start thinking about, hey, you know what? I may have my back and forths with Mammy and some other things in the South, but I wake up in the South and I feel good. I feel good. Gonna get an amen if you wake up in the South and you don't feel bad. At my age. Up in New York, everybody's, scheming and scamming still. Everything's a hustle, a get over. And it just rubbed me the wrong fucking way, to the point where I started thinking, hey, maybe I should keep my ass in the South. Or just go out to Seattle, like I've been thinking and planning. So again, I blocked her. And I'm not going to deal with New York people. And let me just say right now, do not contact me if you're from New York and you think I'm coming back to New York. Don't contact. I don't want to talk to you. I'm not going to play that game where you're trying to, we need to break bread, so-and-so, they doing this and they doing that. I don't give a fuck. Especially some of you bum-ass niggas, you were trying to be rappers when I was up in New York. Now you're too old to be a rapper, so now you're trying to pimp, manage, or you're consulting for other rappers. I don't want to fuck with you, and I don't want to fuck with rappers. I just want to say that, okay? All right, give me a second. I want to tell you about Mammy after I take a call or two and we explore this theory about Tory Lanez. I think he's going to be convicted. I don't think Tory Lanez pulled the trigger. I think an innocent man is going to go to jail. I would be very, very surprised if he beats, the bigger charges. California's a tough fucking state. Maurizio, got your donation. Thank you very much. He says, Orlando Brown is a real nigga star. You know, you might be right. And maybe that's why, and this is just a theory, someone slipped something in his drink or gave him some drugs once upon a time, some fucking PCP, and he never came back. Correct me if I'm wrong, he was a brilliant child actor. You have to be sharp to know your lines, your cues, to know how to pause as the other actors say their lines, facial expressions. You have to be. So he just didn't want to play the game, you know, whatever game that was at that time. Heavy, I got your donation. Hold on a second. Hey, are you the guy, you know, Heavy, you did something, and I'm not going to say what you did. I'm going to give you a refund. How about you keep it fucking pushing, okay? Probably a New York nigga, see? The New York bullshit already. Truck and Tay, got your donation. They found tranquilizer fragments in her foot. Talking about Megan Thee Stallion. Her foot or her hoof? People have been calling her feet hoofs. Hold on a second. Okay. Judah, got your donation. Morgan the Horseman needs steel bracelets. I'm starting to see Megan in that light. Truthfully, I've been saying, and I like her, she seems cool, but you know what? I've never met her. It appears that she was lying. And once you start lying, sometimes you have to continue lying to save face, you know? Thank you for your donation, Judah, okay? Hey, Pam, I got your donation, okay? Michael sends a donation saying, on the strength, okay? Paul says, stay in the South, fuck New York. Yo, I almost blew a mental gasket this morning behind that goddamn call. And then I said to myself, if I can just say this last thing, I don't miss that about New York. You know, just the slick bullshit. The slickety slick bullshit, you know? Once you start entertaining somebody up north about somebody who's trying to get on, yeah, you know, if we get on, we give you a piece. I don't want your fucking piece. I don't want a percentage. I don't want a finder's fee. Fuck out of here. You see, now you got people who get up on the gram, right? Something doesn't go their way, or YouTube. Something doesn't go their way. They start trying to include you in the bullshit. You know, telling, thinking that they're exposing somebody. You ain't exposing shit. I'm just not going to fuck with you off the rip. I saw Cardi B a couple of years ago driving with some big-ass Star Trek sunglasses. Yeah, yo, I pay DJs. You're admitting to payola, you fucking goofy. Anyway, okay. And Monster, let me just read one more Cash App. Monster says, the horse is a liar, just like every other thought. Okay. Let's go to area code 630. Good afternoon. I'm mentally massaging some things here. Are you up to speed? 630.
Can you hear me?
Yes, sir.
Can you hear me?
Good morning. Good afternoon. How are you?
All right. How you doing? Chicago, stand up.
Yes.
Lil Wayne is one of the greats. You heard me?
Yes.
He's one of the greats. He'll stun on Wiz Khalifa.
I think
Facts.
so. Yeah, I think so.
Bro, Wiz a rock star. I just seen Wiz in concert. He a tall dude. He cold, whatever. He had a wave.
Right.
Absolutely. But Weezy, come on, man.
Yeah.
Weezy a stunt.
Yeah.
And he from New Orleans with that southern draw.
Yeah.
He'll kill.
Drop it like it's hot. Drop it like it's hot, huh? Take it all the way back to there.
That lollipop that crossed them over.
Yeah.
Know that.
Yeah.
Lollipop, and that ain't. Yeah. That lollipop crossed them over.
Yeah.
For real.
Well, Weezy jumping around with the guitar, can't play worth the lick, but he pulled it.
Yeah.
He pulled it off.
And he a little guy going crazy. You feel me?
So listen, I'm not mad at Wiz Khalifa, but I thought it was like odd for him to say that. I'm like, you want Lil Wayne?
Yeah, that's weird. That's weird.
Fuck?
That's weird. He ain't on his way.
No. Who
He not on Wayne.
Who should Wiz Khalifa battle in a versus? Who would be on his level, in your opinion?
Spitter. They came out together, right?
Okay.
Spitter, Currency. And I think Currency will beat Wiz Khalifa. You heard me?
Does Currency have the catalog, though? Does he have the catalog, Currency?
Absolutely. Come on, man.
Really?
Currency, one of the greatest, too, on the underground.
Okay.
I'm keeping it a buck with you.
Okay.
You can't deny it, though.
I'm listening to you. Yeah.
Right. You know I'm telling the truth. And Chicago stand-up. And what's his name? Wiz Khalifa. I say Spitter.
Give me one more.
I think let me keep it a buck with you. Rest in peace to the dead. I think Mac stunned on Wiz Khalifa. Mac Miller. Rest in peace to the dead.
He had a good catalog.
Lyrically, I think he'll stunt on Wiz. And don't let me stunt you. I ain't taking nothing from Wiz. I seen the boy in concert. He shut it down. He a rock star. And
Florida boy Jay said Currency would beat Wiz. He just sent me a text message.
Church.
Okay.
I'm trying to tell you.
Okay.
But no.
Well, sir, I hear you, but with all due respect, a nigga can't tell me nothing but the time of day. But thank you for your call, sir. Thank you.
All right, I got you.
Yes, sir. Okay, thank you. I'll start that. I'm telling you shit. So, hold on. Do you know who became one of my favorites? R.I.P. to Juice WRLD. Juice WRLD. Now, he came up later after Wiz Khalifa. But, man, just catalog-wise, and, he could spit. I saw him on Funkmaster Flex's show on Hot 97 video. He was spitting some bars. Juice WRLD. Okay? All right, so, again, folks, I'm working with a theory this early morning. The jury, and if they come back, please let me know if I'm live with a verdict. If not, then... I guess it'll be after Christmas. I don't know. Big Tim, I got your donation. He says, much respect, Boss Hulk. Thank you, sir, for your support. Mr. Precise, are you tapping in? I think you sent me an email after my show the other day. If you're awake now or somebody from your platform wants to call in, please do so, okay? Let me take another call before I tell you guys about Publix supermarket this morning. Area code 646. Good morning. Are you there? 646.
Yes, I'm here. How you doing, sir?
I'm doing. Good morning. Or good afternoon, wherever you may be. What do you want to chime in?
I just want to say, because I'm from New York, you're not going to do New York like that, sir, especially when you used to work here, correct? You used to work in New York City, to be exact. So don't do New York like that. You know, everybody is not a scammer. Everybody is not scheming. I'm not one of those people. So that's what I want to say. Don't do New York like that.
Stay with
everybody's
me.
not right.
Stay with me. I appreciate the call. What borough are you calling from, dear?
Right now I'm in Brooklyn, but I'm grew up in Queens.
Okay.
Right. So I represent for both boroughs.
Okay, well, hang on. Stay with me. I'm not rushing you off the line. Listen, I'm born and raised in Jersey. I moved to New York in late 81. You know, Brooklyn tries to claim, they try to claim me, and I did a lot of dirt in Brooklyn, but I'm a Jersey nigga. Now, there's a lot of positive things about the New York tri-state area, the home of style, swag, the best lyricist, home of the flim flam. The flim flam. Okay. Some of the hottest, some of the hottest bitches on the planet have come out of Harlem and Queens. Not so much Brooklyn, not the Bronx. Harlem and Queens. Some of the finest bitches ever walking the planet, right? But here
that is a fact.
Here I am just, entertaining phone calls and business and already with the bullshit. Now, can I ask roughly how old are you? A gentleman never asks a woman her age, but roughly how old are you?
No, I'll tell you my age. I'm 39. I'll be 40 next year.
Okay.
So
some of the best scammers are from the New York tri-state, and then they come down to the South doing too much, right?
Oh, yes, and a lot of them are in Atlanta or in the surrounding areas.
Mm-hmm. A lot of them come down here and wind up in a Georgia prison. That's a L when you come down from New York and wind up in a Georgia prison. So let's not act like I don't know what I'm talking about when it comes to New York niggas. Let's not act like that.
No, you're right. No, listen.
Come on.
I cannot tell you that you're wrong about what you said, but everybody from New York is not like that. I grew up in Queens. I grew up in a residential area, not saying that's any better, but everybody is not on that type of time. I'm still here trying to survive. So everybody is not bad in New York. It is some grimy people, though. There's some grimy people, but don't do us like that because people make a living here and they go elsewhere. Just don't forget us because there was a time that you was lit in New York. I used to listen to you on the radio, so I still watch you. I still listen to
stay
you.
with me.
I'm in the bushes, though.
Stay with me. I appreciate the call and the conversation. Yeah, you're trying to survive, trying to make $1 out of 15 cents. I know the whole story. But here's the thing. Already with the bullshit, and you see, the music industry or the entertainment world up in New York is cutthroat, conniving, and backstabbers. And if I come back up there, I'm not gonna fall into the bullshit because in reality, I think they lost their grip. Because of the grimy shit, some of the grimy shit I just mentioned. They lost their grip. But I'll give you the last word, though. Good. I'll give you the last word.
Oh, no, that was it. I rock with you, Star. I listen to you. Like I said, most of the time I'm in the bushes.
Okay.
It's a lot going on in the chat, but I definitely listen to you. So today I thought, you know what, let me call since you was talking about my city.
Right.
Even though my city, it's a love-hate relationship.
Yep.
But I feel you. We're not all grimy. It's still some good ones here.
Okay. Have a great day.
You too.
Okay.
Thank you.
Take
Have a
care.
good one.
Bye now. Okay. She sound like she been getting paper for a while. You can tell the slang, Let me talk about Public Supermarket this morning. After that phone call, then I had to block that woman. Whew. I went to Public Supermarket. Now, not to the usual Public Supermarket that I go to because me and Mammy, I'm giving her space. She has not won the war, but she won that little battle. Let me give her space until I fully recoup, get more fluids in my body and finish taking the rest of those Tamiflu capsules. Then I'll go back and see her. Anyway, so I went to a different Publix. I like Public Supermarket over Food Depot and over Kroger's. So I this morning I went to get some jumbo lump swimming crab meat. Jumbo lump swimming crab meat, 8 ounces is roughly $27, $28 for 8 ounces, right? So, you know, my eyes are not what they used to be. So I'm reading the back of the crab meat, the jumbo, right? I usually get the Phillips. The Phillips can be anywhere between $25 and $26, but, you know, Publix has their own brand. I'm reading it. Out of nowhere, a new mammy, never saw her before. She says, and I quote, pardon me, she worked there. She worked there because, you know, they always say, are you finding everything you need? She's passing me and she says, she sees me reading the goddamn jumbo lump, swimming crab meat. She says, you must got money. You must got money. Quick thinker that I am, I remember what Blue Hefner said to me back in 2010 when he was on the Star and Buck Wild Show. Do you guys know who Blue Hefner is? Put some respect on his name. He's from Southside Jamaica, Queens. Because I hit her right back with his line. Blue Hefner, a.k.a. Lloyd Banks, when she said, you must got money because I'm looking at the jumbo lump swimming crab meat, I said, ain't no recession for a real nigga. Ain't no recession for a real nigga. And all she said was, and kept it pushing. Uppercut, pow! That's what Lloyd Banks said, remember? For those of you who, you know, you follow my journey. Lloyd Banks, we were sitting there talking, and the recession, we were just coming out of the recession. We were talking about, you know, eating and traveling and shit. Lloyd Banks said, ain't no recession for a real nigga. So that's what I said to Mammy at Publix, and then I purchased my jumbo lump swimming crab meat. Just wanted to share that with you, okay? All right, sit tight on the phones. Gorilla Zoe, I got your donation. Thank you for tapping in. How do I say your name? Horatio? Thank you for your donation. Salute to you. Guys, if you're using PayPal, the link is at the top of the live chat. The Cash App is on the screen, okay? Barefoot Mango Eater sends in a donation. F you, Star, and happy holidays, okay? Dre at Grave Shiffy. Okay, you changed your name up, Shiffy. Dre at Grave Shiffy. Hold on. Orlando Brown was on Dr. Phil in 2018 talking about his meth addiction and mixing up the names of his own kids. He might off himself soon, okay? Gemstar, I got your donation. Star of the Tory Lanez / Megan Thee Stallion fiasco is the 2022 version of Who Shot Montgomery Burns. Okay. I made the correlation to Who Shot JR from my generation, late 70s, early 80s, the television show Dallas. It's a huge fucking story. But thank you for your donation. How do I say your name? I'm just going to say T. Thank you, T. Okay. Thanking me because I put the story up in my community section about the Puerto Ricans brawling at the basketball game. Yeah, we have to give them more attention. We just can't always, you know, focus on Mammy and other stuff that makes it appear that black people are the only ones out of control. Those Puerto Ricans are shooting each other like it's going out of style in fucking Puerto Rico. Good afternoon. Are you calling from overseas? I see your number. It's a little, looks like it's from abroad. Good afternoon. Okay, I gotta go if you're not picking up. Am I on mute? Are you there? Yes, no, maybe? Gotta go. Okay, I tried. 610, good afternoon, are you there? 6.
Yeah, I wanted to touch on the Megan Thee Stallion, Tory Lanez situation.
Yes.
Because because I think what you said echoes the sentiment of what a lot of people are going through in terms of when this first happened. You know, it felt like the whole world was on Megan's side. And you just said that you're kind of leaning towards supporting Tory because it's come out that she's lied about a lot of stuff over the course of the case.
I have changed my opinion on this after hearing some of the details and some of the facts. I'm like, wow, so why was she lying to cover up things? And listen, once a person starts lying, then they start lying on top of that lie to cover up another lie. And so I don't know. I'm not calling her a liar, but it appears like that. You feel me? Go ahead.
Yeah, no. I feel you. I think the crazy thing is, if you remember, I don't know if you remember, but about a year back, there was a young girl out in Cali, that accused Chris Brown of rape.
Right.
That could have got him years in prison. Yeah. And then she came out, I think it was like 2 weeks later, and said that she was lying. Nothing happened to her. There's no stipulations in U.S. law to convict women for lying on men, for rape or whatever it is. So I would ask you or anybody listening, like, what do you think the punishment should be for Megan if it's found out that she fabricated this entire thing and tried to end Tory out of jealousy, or she was in her feelings? Because to me, that's ridiculous, right? I mean...
Well, hang on a second. There can be punishment if you're sued. If you're sued and you're found liable, if you have caused damages, harm, if you have stopped someone's potential gross earnings. But now you see, it's a slippery slope, because if you're a public official, a public figure, it's harder to prove actual malice. It's harder. You follow me? So there is repercussions if her lies, alleged lies, have caused him damages. Go ahead.
Yeah, that's a fact. But I think the repercussions that you're referring to, I could be wrong, but I think you're talking about civil repercussions.
Yes.
I just think that when it comes to situations like this is entirely criminal. I mean, you're trying to end somebody's life, right? Somebody gets 20 years in the feds or whatever it is, and they got to get deported, and they can't see their family. I mean, for Christ's sake, this guy's got a son, right? Yeah. So you tell him to get jealous, and now he's gonna come on, man. That's ridiculous. But I just think that all in all, man, I think this woman needs to be facing prison time for lying. That's ridiculous. But yeah.
Well, let me jump in and say this. I appreciate your knowledge, because I'm just now really paying attention to things. I don't think we'll ever really find out the truth of it all. You know what I'm saying? There's always this thing within the urban community, stop snitching, stop telling. And sadly, that hinders a lot of progress, But let's see what happens. I'm not sure. Let me just say that. I'm not sure, but I'm not convinced that he actually shot at her. And people have been correcting me. No, Star, she wasn't shot. She was shot, or someone shot in the direction of her, and fragments hit her foot. Yes, no, I don't even know that.
So it's tricky, and you're right, because nobody's going to know the full truth. But I just want to be very clear that the accusation is that she was shot in the foot. And I want people to remember the WAP video came out 2 months, less than 60 days after the accusations. There is no way if a bullet directly entered somebody's foot, she would be shaking ass on top of the world within 60 days. Let's be real.
Well, sir, I've known prostitutes to get shot and get right back to work within less than 24 hours. in Manhattan, down on 11th Avenue and 38th Street, back in the 80s, I've seen girls get sliced, stabbed, and get right back to fucking work.
24 hours is crazy.
Yeah.
24 hours, though?
Within less than 2. As a matter of fact, Don Magic Juan was even breaking it down about one of his girls got shot. And she went right back to get the money, and he said, "Baby, you okay?" And she said, "Daddy, I got to get this money for you."
Oh, snap. Okay. Excuse me.
But thank you for the call, man. Thank you.
R1. No
Yeah,
doubt.
yeah. Some of these hoes is dedicated to the bag. Shakira Ruiz, I got your book. It's one of my sponsors. I'm going to be reading her book. Okay, I want to promote her. And folks, this, well, starting in the month of January, okay, I'm going to be doing some marketing promo packages, some creative and unique things. If you guys want to become a sponsor, you have to reach out. Let me put my email address on the screen in case you don't have it. And let me just say this, guys. I deal with emails when it comes to business. Please slow down with the fucking IG DMs. I don't do all that shit. I don't do IG DMs. Just people get a little too carried away with that. Just it becomes like a weird ass world. Okay, there's my information on the screen. But this is Shakira Ruiz, her new book, Pay for Play, Dungeons and Dragons, based on a true story and true events, okay? All right, sit tight on the phones. I see 512. I'm going to get to you in a second. I think that's one of my trolls. 512, sit tight, sit tight. Other than that, this morning, everything was pretty much the same, The female with that bullshit from New York blocked her, went to Publix. Oh, you know what I'm going to ask you guys? Hold on. Let me write this down. Hold on. As you may or may not know, I don't like to get involved in any YouTube beef and or drama. That's not what I do. I don't want to promote that sort of thing. But troll babies, what's going on with Roland Martin and Dr. Boyce Watkins? Salute to Boyce Watkins. He's really in his groove now since he got his teeth fixed. He's got veneers. And when he first got them, he wasn't used to them. So his speech was a little off. He has since gotten more comfortable. Salute to him. I watched him the other day, and I don't watch him that often, with all due respect, because he's on that bliggity black stuff. That's not what I do. But he was getting at Roland Martin. And he was flowing. It's like the veneers now are, he's got adjusted to them, and he was giving Roland Martin that smoke. Yes, no? Anybody know what I'm talking about? And then Roland Martin clapped back, calling him, Boyce Watkins, did he say a hoe or a punk ass or something about, that's why I would never do business with that hoe ass nigga? I said, whoa. And please keep me up to speed on the bullshit. I'm not going to promote it, but I would like to just be in the loop, right? TJ got your donation. TJ says, start reminiscing on his gorilla pimp days. I was never a gorilla pimp. I was more of a finesse type of man, I never forced nobody to do nothing. I was just the enhancer, the rocket booster of sorts. King Rooster, a.k.a. the head rocket booster, as we used to say back in the days. 512, good afternoon. Are you there? 512, exploring a theory of mine with regards to Tory Lanez. Yes, no, maybe. 512, I got to keep it pushing if you're not going to join the conversation. Okay. Folks, please don't call me and I'm on mute, or you're either, just listening to the show. That doesn't do anything for the show. Hang on a second. Dana, any updates yet? Where's Dana with the data? With regards to the jury coming back. Blade, I got your information. Thank you. Hold on. Let me Oh, and Blade, I got your emails yesterday. Let me just say that. What is Blade sending me here? Something about... Okay, Dana says no updates yet. Thank you, Dana. All right, Blade, what is this? What is this? I'm not interested in some black woman. What is she doing? No, I'm okay, Blade, but thanks anyway. Curtis, I got your donation for the Machine Star. Merry Christmas. Merry Christmas to you, man. I celebrate Christmas, all holidays. Had a great childhood. I'm not a Scrooge. Contrary to popular belief, I love the holidays. Sir Shy, got your donation. So many stressed out women on Meg's case. I love it. Elvis, the Chef Rosenberg. Elvis, do you want to tap in? I got your donation. Thank you very much. Blade also says, hold on. Yep, some hoes are dedicated. I remember one back in Brooklyn that was getting pimped from the back of a white van who never took a day off because daddy would give her a tune-up. Oh, Blade trying to snitch. Okay, I got you. Let me change my showrunner. Devious J on YouTube. Make sure you guys check him out. Okay. Dana, can you call in? I want to hear your take on things, Dana. Dana with the data. Can you call in? Hold on, guys. I have changed my position. I'm not going to call Megan names, but I think she's been lying, and I think the lies have caught up to her. Sometimes when you try and save face, it becomes embarrassing, and because we live in such a real-time society now, everything's just like so fast. Bing, 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 bing. You wake up and you try to, get ahead of certain stories, or you try to put certain fires out. You fuck around, you say the wrong thing, and then you say, oh, shit, let me go back and erase that, but somebody's already got a screenshot. And then what do you got? You got your ass in a sling. Dana with the data. Hey, Dana, how are you? Dana.
Good, how are you? Good morning. Good. No, good afternoon.
Good afternoon. Thank you for being available. You've been keeping me in the loop. So the jury is still out, yes? 7 women, 5 men.
Yeah.
The Tory Lanez felony assault trial. What say you? Where are we with this now?
I mean, well, they just resumed deliberations 9 a.m. Pacific time today, and I don't think they're going to have them in there all day because it's a holiday weekend. So if they don't come up with a verdict now, it's probably going to be next week. And they were given a choice to come back today or Tuesday, right? Mm-hmm. So they decided to come back today. So maybe it is going to be a verdict today because I would have opted for next week, just to enjoy the holiday weekend. Mm-hmm. However, me personally, I hope he is found guilty. But I think Chelsea should be liable as well. Now, Megan.
It's Kelsey with a K, not Chelsea, right? Kelsey.
What? It's Kelsey? What is it?
Kelsey. I think it's Kelsey. I'm pretty sure.
I'll Google Kelsey.
It. Okay, I'll Google it.
Kelsey. Okay, Kelsey. So what? This happened in the summer of 2020. Now we're in 2022, about to be in 2023. So, what is this? California taxpayer dollars on some people in their 20s, with money, drunk and acting crazy. So, but it was a gun. Somebody shot it.
Yes.
Was the gun legal? And someone should be held accountable for that.
Now, hang on a second, because that was the grounds for my theory that I think Tory will be found guilty. I think he may be innocent. I don't know. California gun laws, according to Wikipedia, and I know pretty much myself, the gun laws in California are some of the most restrictive in the United States of America. Handguns sold by dealers must be California legal by being listed on the state's roster of handguns certified for sale. Private sales of firearms must be done through a licensed dealer. The California Supreme Court has maintained that most of California's restrictive gun laws are constitutional because the state's constitution does not explicitly guarantee private citizens the right to purchase, possess, or carry firearms. These are just some of the things with regards to firearms in California. It's a hard hand when they come down, in courts with regards to firearms being discharged in public, and rightfully so. There's so much money in that state. People who pay high taxes, businesses. They're not trying to hear. Even though it's gangland, they're not trying to hear people, doing these things in public. So an example has to be set. Go ahead.
Well, the question that I have, did they figure out who the gun belonged to? Is the gun in evidence, right? Because yesterday was a fake verdict that started to trend on Twitter saying that he was innocent but guilty on possession.
Yeah.
So was that part of the evidence? Was that found that was his gun? Where is the gun? Because what I picked from that case when it was going on, they didn't even have factual gun evidence, gunpowder on. They didn't take that evidence, when they test your hand for gunpowder. Mm-hmm. So can they even prove that was his gun? And if they can't, then they can't charge him with having an illegal gun because that's a non-factor. But it was.
Well, you're Dana with the data. I don't know the answer to that. I have not been.
No, I'm going about what came out of this case. This is how crazy this case is.
Okay, hang on. Dana, Dana. You're Dana with the data. I don't know whose gun it is. Can you?
Yeah, neither do I. How would I know?
Hang on. Because you're Dana with the data. You're Dana with the data. Get it?
Okay, I know. That's cute. That's funny. That's cute. That has nothing to do. I'm not a lawyer in that case. I'm not his defense lawyer, and I'm not the prosecutor. But what we do know, because you know more about me than this case than I do. Okay. But what everybody knows is it has not come out as evidence that was his gun. So if you can't put him as the owner of the gun or the person who had the gun shooting it, so can he be found guilty then?
The gun was in his.
So that.
Hang on. The gun was in his vehicle, yes?
The gun was in his vehicle, but was that even put into evidence? Like, who gun was it?
Okay.
Is he being charged with having a gun in his car?
I tell you what, Dan, rather than us ask these questions without having the answers, let's, either do a little research or open up the phone lines, because I don't want to sit here and now just guess. I'm saying someone.
No, this is what I'm saying.
Okay, well, hang on. Let me finish my point. I'm saying more than likely he's going to be found guilty and he's going to get some time. And I've changed my position. It's just a theory. But I would like to find out more details. But go ahead and finish up, please.
Yeah, no. So I look at it. Listen, I believe that Megan was shot by somebody that was in that vehicle. Who exactly it was, going through all this trial case, it's a big question mark. So on that, he may walk if you cannot pin him as the person who had the gun shooting it.
Okay. Now, before you go, I want you to be clear on something. People are saying she was not shot. She was shot at. She was shot in her direction, and the fragments went into her foot. So just keep that in mind. That's what they're saying now. She was not shot. Yeah. Okay.
No, she was not shot. It was, and I think the doctor did. It was fragments, and the doctor, I believe, testified. I'm just saying she is the victim here. Okay. Megan is the victim.
Okay. Thank you for calling in. Keep me posted if that verdict comes back, because I'm not sure how much longer I'm going to be here. I got to run out, but good to talk to you.
Okay, I will.
Bye now.
Have a good day.
All right. Daniel with the data. I have changed my position. I don't, Tory did not take the stand to defend himself. Maybe, he and his legal team said, hey, we've got what we consider to be a strong case in your defense. I have not heard the closing arguments. I have not. I'm just looking at, again, California gun laws, and in my experience, somebody is going to have to go down for that firearm. He's the one on trial. Megan's not on trial. Kelsey is not on trial. So, I don't wish that upon him, but I just want to say that, okay? Also, let me make sure I'm promoting my sponsors. Booty Wash. Booty Wash, okay? Hold on. Let's get to the business here. Boom, 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 boom. www.naturalorganicwashes.com, okay? And the link is in my community section with regards to that sponsor. Coming back to the phones, guys. Sit tight. I got an email from the female I was talking about this morning. She says, OMG, you went in on me. And you blocked me. Yeah. Yep, I did. I didn't call you out your name, or at least I don't think I did. That's not my style. But yeah. Give me a second, folks. I'll come back to the topic of discussion here. But yeah, I blocked you. And you should know better. I'm not going to go into the depths of our relationship. It's always been platonic. We never had any intimacy. As an alpha male, you do know that I have parameters when it comes to how I live my life, how I conduct my business. I don't like females contacting me on behalf of niggas. Whether those niggas be black, Hispanic, Asian, or white. Don't bring nigga shit to my table, to my fucking ear. As if I owe a nigga something. I don't owe no nigga up in the north a fucking thing. A lot of those niggas, they talk greasy. Real fucking greasy. But when I was in New York for all those years and I came out those goddamn radio stations, the front fucking doors, never a side door. All that tough shit wasn't going on. Never been pressed in my fucking life when I worked on those radio stations. I'm no tough guy, but I'm a stupid nigga. I'm as stupid as they come. Yeah, do not bring bullshit to my table if you're a female. I don't pillow talk with females. I don't discuss no females' fucking sexual business. I don't even have female friends, to be honest with you. I think maybe 2 female friends now. Dana's one of them. White trash, Helene. And that's it. Everybody else is an associate. So if you have my number, respect my fucking business and my number. Don't ever contact me on behalf of some nigga trying to do something. He's thinking about something. Fuck out of here. If a man can't come to me as a man, he's not a man. He's a bitch. And I'm not interested in doing business with a bitch nigga. Just want to say that. All right. Give me a second. Some of you may think this is entertaining, but truthfully, I don't want to be in this type of space. I really don't. The South has been good, not just to me, but for me. Not just to me, but for me, the South, since I've been here, living here. I mean, I've been coming here since the late 80s, but living here, it's been good for me mentally. I'm healthy as fuck now. I've never had COVID. I've had the flu, I think, twice since I've been down here. But, you know, that's nothing. That's light. That's light. But the South has been good to me. And I sensed myself, if I can ramble here for a second, I sensed myself becoming my father. I have become my father. Now, I'm not as hardcore as he was. He was a hardcore Southern nigga. He was hardcore. But I have in some way, shape, or form reconnected with my Southern roots. So much to the point now when I wake up in the morning, and I feel great. I wake up and I feel great. I go out every morning. I like to get out, drive. I don't smoke cigars every morning, but sometimes I smoke cigars as I'm driving. I've become a Southern man, and Southern men, a lot of times we don't give a fuck about certain things. Can I get an amen in the live chat if you're a Southern man? If I'm up in Walmart, I don't give a fuck if I'm wearing some Air Max and they're not brand new. I don't give a fuck. I don't give a fuck if I'm wearing some sweatpants and the sweatpants don't match the goddamn the coat. I don't give a fuck if the truck ain't washed. I don't give a fuck. And I like that. I like that. Up north, if you're on West 26th Street and somebody sees you, yo, Star, what up, OG? Hey, what's up, buddy? That type of hoe-ass nigga will be on Instagram later on that day tagging me, talking about, yeah, yo, I saw you on 26th Street. You had some scuffs on your Timbs. Yo, holler out my man at so-and-so so he can hook you up. That's bitch nigga shit to me. That's bitch nigga shit. Why tag me with your fucking man who I don't know? Why tag me about anything after the fact that I saw your bum ass? This is not a rant, I'm just talking. Give me a second. Something else that bothers me about New York niggas. Some of those New York niggas down here in the South, a goofy ass nigga, AutoZone. Nigga talking about, yo, I need to get that picture with you, OG. He works at AutoZone. I'm there trying to get a fucking cable for the goddamn battery. He's talking, yo, I need to get that picture with you. And I went into Southern man mode. I said, who you? Who you? I'm trying to get the goddamn cable. What? No, man, hell no. Curved him, right? Another hoe-ass nigga from, is it Hobby Lobby? Is it Hobby Lobby? Hobby Lobby. I'm doing a goddamn exchange at the register, and the nigga said, he's gonna take a break so we can go outside and take a picture. I said, no, I'm gonna get down like that, homie. I think I told you guys this before. He said, oh, that's lame. I said, you lame for asking, nigga. And then he said something on Instagram later and tagged me. I don't go through shit like that with Southern men. I've had no issues with Southern niggas, only New York niggas in the South. Only New York niggas in the South who come down here, all that slickety slick shit. Hold on a second, guys, let me change my screen. Oh, man. I'm having a moment, not a meltdown. I have meltdowns, but this is not a meltdown. This is a moment. Wiz Khalifa wants to face Lil Wayne in the Versus, if you guys still want to call in. That story comes by way of the homie at DJ Superstar J. He interviewed Wiz Khalifa, and Wiz Khalifa sat there and said he wants to face Lil Wayne in the Versus. Okay. All right, let's get back to the show. It's my nigga right there, man. Florida boy Jay, what up, man? It's just an afternoon research show. What's cracking?
Yo, I need you to tell these niggas one more time what you and Lloyd Banks said and what you said to that mammy today. I need you to tell these niggas one more time.
Lloyd Banks, a.k.a. Blue Hefner, he's a good guy. He said to me back in 2010, ain't no recession for a real nigga. And we had a great discussion and laughing. So when Mammy, she said to me this morning up on Publix as I'm looking at the fucking the crab, the 8 ounces for $27, she said, "You must got money." So I used his line and I said, "Ain't no recession for a real nigga," and she got the fuck on.
Hey man, listen. That was some fly nigga shit right there. But let me go ahead and address the Wiz Khalifa topic.
Come on.
Being a part of the generation where he came up in, I'm a big supporter of his. Okay. Bought albums, went to see him on tours, all that. And with that being said, with him being one of my favorite, most influential artists, he can't hold a candle to Lil Wayne on a drunk night. Lil Wayne can beat Hov, Drake, and anybody else who you love in hip-hop to hold near and dear to your heart. Lil Wayne has enough in his catalog to smoke their boots. Anybody who ever picked up a mic.
Right.
So you want to look down the hallway and find a Wiz Khalifa. Maybe you can do a Wiz Khalifa versus Wale, Wiz Khalifa versus a Kid Cudi, Wiz Khalifa versus a Big Sean. You know what I'm saying? Some of the stuff with his contemporaries.
Right.
But you can't put Lil Wayne's smoking weed, getting high, melodic, feel-good music next to bars.
Yeah.
Next to the monster, next to the beast that is Weezy F. Baby. You can't do it.
Yeah.
So as much as I am a fan of his, you can't ever look at Lil Wayne and say he can do anything comparative to him. The only thing y'all got in common is y'all both got dread.
Yeah.
After that, it's a wrap. And
hang on a second, Florida boy Jay. Do you know who comes to mind who I think Wiz Khalifa could and should battle in the Versus? You tell me if I'm wrong. Lupe Fiasco. They both came out around the same time, right?
Yep.
Yeah.
I hear you, but I say no.
Okay, why?
Because Lupe came out a few years before. The reason why I say no is because Lupe Fiasco is a lyrical genius. Has out-rapped your favorite MCs if you really listen to him. Royce, Hov, he has bars up with him.
Okay.
So I can't put him in the same category as Wiz Khalifa, who's not known as a lyricist. So that's why I said maybe a Big Sean, maybe a Wale, maybe a Kid Cudi, the guys who came around, his contemporaries.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? And even when somebody brought up a Currency, if you're a Wiz fan, you're a Currency fan. And if you're a Currency supporter, you know Currency will smoke Wiz Khalifa's boots also, sitting down, eating a hoagie. So Wiz, as much as we admire him in hip hop, we appreciate how he has crossed over. He's got the merchandising bag. He stays on tour. He's a hustler.
Right.
But when you talk about hip hop, it's kids' table where you eating the chicken fingers and the fries, and it's the adult table where we eating steak, shrimp, and lobster. And niggas need to know where they seats at.
Right. Yeah. I could see him and Big Sean battling in the Versus. You're right, Big Sean, but not Lil Wayne. I'm not out of here.
Never.
Hey man, pardon me. I'm gonna get your new episode up today. I was sipping last night. Before you go, I just have a theory about Tory Lanez. I think he's gonna get convicted. I don't wish that upon him, but based upon California gun laws, they might sit him down for 24 months. What are your thoughts?
I feel like he's not going to be convicted of these charges because of the simple fact the prosecution's only job was to make it without a shadow of a doubt that Tory Lanez pulled the trigger and shot Meg Thee Stallion.
Right.
And for the fact that you cannot prove it, we have all these other people. Now we got Kelsey had the gun. The witnesses don't show up. One of the witnesses said he didn't see a gun, but the same witness said he didn't see a gun also said the same statement that he seen Tory Lanez fire shots in the air. So did you see a gun or didn't you see a gun?
Right.
If that's the thing that they're going to try to hammer down and be like, well, one guy who didn't know if he's seen any gun or not said he's seen him with the gun, that's not good enough to me. That doesn't suffice as, okay, Tory Lanez had weapons in his possession. We're going to convict him of anything. Kelsey should be convicted. Kelsey should be charged. And Meg should also be charged. Tory Lanez is just another victim. It's just another black man that's a victim of the system. And we need to wrap our arms around Tory Lanez and start a hashtag protect black men. And if Tory Lanez does get convicted, I'm going to be the first one that's making shirts that say believe white people and white lives matter, because the only way Tory Lanez is going to lose his case and Meg is going to win is by the power and technology of the white man and the law in the justice.
Well, now, hang on. Again, I don't wish it on him, but I think, just my experience, that firearm being discharged, those jurors, 7 females, 5 males, I don't think he's just going to walk away from this, But as far as Kelsey, she got immunity, yes?
Yes, she did get immunity from prosecution based off her statement.
Yeah. Okay. Well, listen, man, keep me posted. Anything else you want to mention? I was just rambling here this morning about a few things. Oh, Orlando Brown. Did you see the Orlando? He's got mental health issues. I think, I have no proof, he may have been poisoned years ago. Somebody may have slipped him a Mickey, or maybe, fucking around, smoking some PCP with those Hollywood people, and it damaged his cells and nerves. What do you think?
What I think when I see this case is how many more kids that came out of the camp of Disney and Nickelodeon until we launch an investigation on these two companies about the unethical business practices that they had with some of these actors back in the day, because it doesn't make sense that they're now coming out and becoming wackos, weirdos, alleged drug addicts, a bunch of other mischievous things and felonious acts. We need to launch an investigation, figure out what is the root cause to same kids like Orlando Brown, Raven Simone, some of these white actors, the Britney Spears of the world, that once they get out of the claws of Disney, they literally have mental meltdowns that they have yet to be able to recover from. We need to launch an investigation at this point. It doesn't make any sense. There's only one thing that all these kids have in common, is being child actors for these two companies.
Okay. Good to talk to you, Florida Boy Jay. I'm sure we'll catch up later, man.
We have a wonderful show,
yes, sir.
man. Thanks.
Okay. All right, Florida Boy Jay tapping in. Guys, on the screen, playericsmusic.com. Eric, need you to call back in, man. Maybe, I don't know, Monday, Tuesday. I might do a show on Christmas Day. I think I have an appointment Christmas Eve with a young lady, but Christmas Day I plan to be stable, I'm not going to be bouncing around doing all that extra shit, but all right, hold on a second. John Blaze, thank you for tapping in, sir. John Blaze says, we want Meg flogged and tased by the LAPD for 48 hours. What happens if Tory Lanez is found not guilty? Not guilty. What happens to Megan Thee Stallion? Then what? Hold on a second, guys. Thank you for your donation. Gangsta of Love tapping in. I am a troll baby for life. I salute you, sir. Thank you, man. Thank you. You are a supporter, and I appreciate you, Gangsta of Love. Yes, sir. Who is this? Okay, I'll get back to that later. Some nonsense. Let me put Wiz Khalifa back on the screen. Let's finish up. See if anybody else wants to chime in. Area code 724. Good afternoon. 724 talking about Wiz Khalifa wants to face Lil Tucci and a Tory Lanez theory. Are you there? 724.
What's happening, Pops?
Hey, how are you, man?
Hey, so I want to talk about the Wiz thing. I think a lot of people are sleeping on Wiz.
Okay.
I live just outside of Pittsburgh, so I got to actually see Wiz, blossom into what he is today.
Okay.
And if you now, I think Lil Wayne would absolutely destroy Wiz, but I don't think it would be as bad as people think. Because if you put up Wayne's biggest hits compared to some of Wayne's hits, you look at or Wayne's hits like Lollipop and shit like that. And then you listen to Wiz, he got like See You Again. I think that might even be a bigger record than Lollipop. You name just a couple of his albums. He's got mad mixtapes, joint projects with Juicy J, other Taylor Gang members. So I think Wiz is actually got a little stronger case than people give him credit for.
Okay. I mean, Wiz Khalifa is not trash. I would never say that. I think he's got not just personality, but he's got a decent catalog. He's made a hell of an impact. No ifs, ands, or buts. But I still don't think he's on Lil Wayne's level. And I don't think Lil Wayne would be wise to, battle Wiz Khalifa. I mean, Lil Wayne could literally call out Jay-Z or somebody along those lines, and people would want to see that.
Currency, man, I like Currency, but man, he be rapping about a whole lot of nothing. If you listen to his music, man, he just throws a bunch of shit together just to make it rhyme, man. It don't even make sense.
I can't say I know Currency's catalog like that, to be honest with you. I'm aware of him, but I haven't kept up with him over the years. But I appreciate the call,
I think
man.
maybe the best opponent for Wiz would probably be, I would say, maybe Snoop. I think that would be a good match.
Sir, you're high. You're high. You're high. Snoop,
high as a motherfucker.
Snoop already battled DMX. Did you miss that?
No, I didn't miss that. That was awesome. That was one of DMX's last appearances, R.I.P.
Yeah. Wiz Khalifa is not on Snoop Dogg's level. I'm sorry. He doesn't have that type of impact in the culture, as you guys would say. But nice try. Thank you, man. Thank you. Okay, you hung up. Easy Blade Shaving Products. Hang on a second. Got to promote my sponsors here. And guys, if you want to be a sponsor on the show, we're doing some creative things. Hold on a second. Starting late January, early February. Creative marketing, promotion, and advertising. And please take note, if you are a potential sponsor, that I always open up the phone lines for you, and you get a wrench in the live chat. If you see people with wrenches in my live chat, those are sponsors. They're not there to block anybody. They are there to promote their platforms. Nobody should be getting blocked in the live chat. Unless you're just trying to fuck up business. We don't mind you talking crazy, but subscribe to Urban Gorilla on YouTube, okay? Still one or two more calls. Good afternoon. We're talking about a theory. Can you turn that down the background, please? Okay, I tried. I don't hear all that stuff in the background. Hold on a second. I'll do one more call, I really enjoy talking to myself in the mornings, early afternoon. I sip coffee and I have great conversations with myself. I answer myself, in case you don't know. Good afternoon, you there? You are my last caller. Are you there? Yes, no, maybe.
Star?
Hey.
I'm coming at you today right now.
I can't hear you. Can you speak up, please?
I said I'm coming at you right now.
Well, you're going to address the topic first. Because I don't care about you coming at me. I'm not your man. You're going to get to the topic, or I'll get you the fuck out of here.
Listen, don't be coming at Bronx girls, okay?
Come on.
Go on. I had to call in after you made that comment.
Which comment? Which one?
You said, the New York is good for a lot of things. The baddest, they come from Harlem.
Harlem and Queens.
Then you omitted the Bronx. What's up with that?
In terms of the hot females, Harlem and Queens. Harlem and Queens.
That's a lie.
Prove me wrong.
Nah, I'm not gonna prove you wrong. But Tory Lanez.
Oh no. Never mind Tory Lanez. I got time. Can I ask how old are you? How old are you?
I'm old enough.
How old are you? Come on, you said you getting at me. I'm gonna go left for a second. How old are you?
Early 30s.
Okay. What's your GPA?
I'm out of school. What do you mean?
What was your GPA?
I think it was like a 4.0.
Stop it. What was your GPA? And let me hear you spell. Let me hear
All
you.
right. First of all, you see.
No. You see, you can't even answer a question. Hang on.
Didn't go to school.
You can't even answer a
you
question.
told us that you didn't go to school. So what does my GPA matter?
No, I went to some great schools in New Jersey. I learned in the 7th grade what you learned in the 12th grade. Let's not get it twisted.
You told us you didn't go to college.
I didn't have to. I became a multi-millionaire because I'm that nigga for real. And
By what age?
And still got money.
By what age?
We're not going to go back and forth because I don't argue with females. What was your?
I'm not arguing. I'm just having fun.
What was your GPA? Tell us. You see, being a hot chick hang on. Being a hot chick does not mean you just got a fat ass and niggas be trying to holler.
But that's what come on, stop it. You wasn't going around asking girls from Harlem versus the Bronx or Queens what their GPA was.
Yes, I was. Yes, I was.
No, you wasn't.
Oh, excuse me. In the 80s, I was only fucking with coke whores that were in college getting a bag. I wasn't fucking broke bum-ass bitches from Fort Apache in the Bronx or up on Pelham Parkway. No, I was stingy with the dick. That's why I have no kids. Now, what was your GPA? What was it?
Come on now, let's move on.
Oh, no.
I just told you.
I want you to spell insignificant. Spell it. Insignificant. Can you spell it?
Insignificant?
Spell it.
What am I getting for this?
Let's get you the fuck out of here. You're getting nothing. You're not even getting a dick. You hear that? What am I getting? You're getting shit. Fuck out my car. That's the type of girl I used to kick out of my car. I'll pull up to the goddamn 7-Up. You hear that mouth on her? That type of mouth. I pull up to the 7-Up and I say, hey, baby, can you get me a Reese's cup and a Pepsi? She goes to get it. I give her the money. Give her the $10. She goes to get it. I take her pocketbook, throw that shit out the window, and skirt off. Fuck out of here. You will not marry up or come up off of me. No, you won't. You will not get a check, baby, off of me. Check, baby, 1, 2. Check, baby, check. No, you won't. If you can't even spell, your GPA is like a 2.1, fuck out of here. A fat ass just means, at some point, you know what, I'm not gonna waste my time. Hey, good to chop it up with you guys this early morning, afternoon. I might see you tonight. I might see you a little bit later on this evening. I don't know. I had to talk to myself this morning since coming back from Publix and to discuss the theory with regards to Tory Lanez. Please keep me posted throughout the day with regards to updates. Anything that develops, if they come back with a verdict today, we may do a show tonight. And salute to you folks who have been putting in work with regards to the details of this particular story. It's huge, okay? Enjoy the rest of your day. Take care.